we wanted to do all little kids' birthday party stuff for these guys this morning, even though they're turning like 11 and 12 years old. We're aiming a little bit lower age-wise, as they just haven't had enough of that in their lives.
Right. Again, we say they've been boned out of the real birthday experience.
Yeah. And so one of the things that you saw is not as common these days, but still I think is really great for birthday parties, and we'll tell you how you can get done, is a petting zoo.
Oh. Yes.
And, this song is called The Zoo by the Scorpions, by the way. So we have enlisted some help with a couple who are here this morning, and they have brought in their animals with them. We want to welcome from Fluffy En Route Mobile Petting Zoo, Dan and Jess this morning. Hi, Jess. How are you?
Good morning, you guys rock.
Oh, thank you. Nice to see you. Tell us about this first animal, and we'll let our birthday kids go over and pet, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. So this is one of our Flemish giant rabbits. Her name is Pearl.
Oh.
She
Gorgeous, by the way.
She is. She's a beautiful bun. She is litter trained, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. We actually have 7 rabbits, and they do live in the house. But they are all litter trained.
This is by far the largest rabbit I've ever seen in my life.
Flemishes are a little bit more hunched over versus a continental. They're a little bit more proud, and they don't have big of the neck pouch area.
Don't bring that up. It's a sensitive part.
Nick, you're right down there by. How would you describe the size? Because I can't see from where I am.
It's bigger than your standard cat, and she also has huge ears. And what does she weigh? Probably like 25 pounds, something like that?
She's about 20 pounds, and my continental male is almost 30 pounds. He's about the size of a medium dog.
Now, I don't mean this as an indelicate question, but are they normally raised to be eaten?
Meat.
Eaten, yes, meat.
They are one of the larger species for meat.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I mean, not that we're going to eat this one.
However, I will say the New Zealands and stuff like that are a little bit more tender, and they're smaller. So people will use them versus these big guys because they're easier to house. Yeah, you can go in too. Go ahead.
Yeah, go
ahead, Sean.
Yeah,
be the
do it
first
that way.
one.
This way
Sean, go on in.
Yeah.
Sean, you're only 9. You're the youngest one here. You can go in there.
Good
All
morning.
right, so they're now, we actually, to describe
Just
this, we
a
have
couple at a time, yeah.
To describe this, we have a pen set up in the studio right now. So they brought this pen out, and we've laid down some tarps. Big ups to, and in memory of Bill Weston, we are keeping things nice and tidy in here.
I was going to say, thank God it's Chuck and not Bill. Bill definitely would not have allowed this.
All right, let's bring in our next animal.
So this is our goat, Jamie.
Jamie, okay.
She is a pygmy Nigerian dwarf cross.
Already started eating. You have a little bit of hay in.
Oh, yeah.
to
These
Dude.
animals love to eat.
I remember getting my shoelaces eaten from goats.
Necklaces.
When I was a kid, yeah.
Unfortunately, tutus at little girls' parties, one of their favorite snacks.
Hair too, right?
Hair, yep.
Their pupils are rectangular.
The devil eyes?
Yeah. And
They're funky.
They're really funky looking, yeah.
Yes.
But can they be affectionate animals?
Very.
Okay.
Yes. So we let our goats free roam with us in the morning when we're doing our feeding and stuff. And they're kind of like dogs.
Okay.
They will follow you around.
Yeah.
I mean, and you call, some of them do know their names. So you give them a little call and they will come over.
There's no way she's eating right
food.
now.
Oh, she is adorable.
They love to jump around and be very silly.
What are the treats they're being given here?
So that's just actually a goat pellet.
Okay.
The girls are allowed to have a little bit more than the boys. Boys. So the boys, it can actually mess with their urethra tract.
Okay, all right.
Kidney stones, they're a little bit more prone versus the girls.
So what do they eat on a normal basis?
So grass
Other goats.
and hay.
Okay. How do they mate with one another?
They do.
And on your farm, or they'll do. Okay.
So we personally have not had any babies yet. These guys are females that we have are just turned a year.
Okay.
And we do have a couple of boys that are waiting eagerly across the other way.
I remember as a kid going to petting zoos and things like that. And you know what they would give us, Steve? They would give us an ice cream cone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Filled with feed, and that way you could feed them the whole container.
That's true.
Yeah, they used to do that at the Philadelphia Zoo. They had a little section that you would basically.
I think it's still there.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
They had basically it looked like a gum machine, and you would put a quarter in there, and you get the little pellets.
Yeah.
And I love that.
And then most of the kids take the cone with all the
And
feed
eat
in
it.
No, and immediately turn it upside down, and then there goes what you just bought in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
This is Gilbert. He is one of our favorites on the farm.
He's a cutie.
So I don't know if you guys know anything about pigs. They are very loud. Also, don't really like to be held. His specific breed, he's a mini Juliana. Now, you see the teacup pigs, you see these mini pigs.
Yeah.
They do not stay this size. Okay.
Is
He's
that-
about a year old.
Is that the big mistake a lot of people do? They'll get the pigs and not realize that is a moment, that is a snapshot. They always get bigger.
Correct. So I would say the two biggest mistakes that people make with pigs are A, they do not realize that they get big. They think that they're buying a mini pig and it ends up being a 400-pound pot belly.
Yeah.
And the second thing with these guys is one of their most major killers to them is obesity.
Okay.
Oh, really?
So a pig
Yes.
can literally get too obese.
It doesn't know moderation.
Yeah.
The pig will eat and eat
he
and
will
eat and eat.
all day long.
Okay.
Now, pigs are extremely intelligent. He was easier to house train than a puppy.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What, to go outside to go to
He
the
goes
bathroom?
out with the dogs. He pees, poops outside. He comes back in. He does sleep in a crate at night, and then during the day, he's free roam.
Look at him.
He's adorable.
Look at him wagging his tail.
happy.
He is so
He's very
happy.
happy.
Look at that. It's like a dog.
What are the tricks that he does?
So he does a little spin.
Mostly card tricks.
He does a little spin, and I will say this pig sits better than our dogs.
Really?
Yes, and like
Okay.
a long sit.
Can we see you execute him?
Absolutely. Go ahead, hon. You want to give him a spin? Let's give him a spin.
All right. Let's see if he'll perform in front of an audience or not.
Look at his tail wagging.
I know he's so
He's
happy.
adorable.
Closer to his nose, honey. Closer to his nose.
Yeah, it's okay, buddy.
He's going.
Shy.
He's going for the full
Shy.
basket of food.
It's okay, buddy. You know that look. But Preston, Babe. You think of Babe, right?
Yeah.
It's okay.
He's
Yeah, good boy.
spun around.
And how big will Gilbert get?
So Gilbert will probably get around between 60 to 75 pounds.
Okay, so
Full
larger,
grown.
but large, mid-sized.
So they
dog.
get pretty long, actually.
okay.
We do have all of our pigs have G names. So we've got Gilbert, we have a Gus, and our oldest boy, he's about to be 4. His name is Gizmo. He was our first pig. Gizmo because he sounded like a gremlin when he was a baby.
Oh yeah.
They make some very interesting noises.
All right, you want to mic him up here? Or is he,
Yeah, can you-
I want to hear if he.
put the
Let's
mic
hear. Let's have the
out?
audience hear.
There you go. Okay. Okay, buddy. Well,
I love it. My
boy,
dog
Gilbert.
Haley makes that same sound.
So I will say that is very mild for him.
Okay.
When I don't know if you've ever heard a pig actually squeal,
Yeah, it's loud.
break your windows.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Next, I want to remind you that the animals had to come up in an elevator in our offices somehow or another, I assume. What do we have here, Jess?
Okay, so this is Fletcher, and he is named after
Fletcher.
Fletcher Cox.
And what is
He-
Fletcher?
He is a Scottish Highland cow.
we were just talking. This is a mini cow.
So he's a micro miniature
Micro,
cow,
okay.
and the reasoning behind that is he carries a dwarfism gene,
Oh.
and this is as big as he'll get.
Okay.
So how big weight-wise? What would you say?
I would say probably around 250.
He has a very robust coat.
Yeah.
Yes. So they're known. Well, so they are from Scotland originally.
So they have that accent.
And yes, I would think so. If he could talk, I would definitely think so.
And how old is he?
He's just under a year,
Okay. But not going to get any bigger.
and he's from South Dakota.
Which
Yeah.
is American Scotland.
Yep.
What are they primarily used for?
So they actually milk and meat is what
so let's
originally
just-
what they're for.
Let's just say no.
They actually carry their milk is a more higher butter fat content
Okay.
than a normal milk. However, they can't produce as much as like a standard dairy cow.
Okay.
Is there a holy grail animal, one that you would just love to own, but more than likely will never be able to do that?
You know what? He was really high on
Okay.
my list.
Okay.
Honestly, They are definitely an investment. And the
And
lady,
it has to be something that's suitable for your ranch or your
absolutely.
I mean, like obviously a blue whale would be a get, but it wouldn't work out.
I mean, it'd be. I wouldn't mind owning like a shark, but like an aquarium, it's a little larger of an area. We might need a little bit more acreage.
Right.
By the way, our head honcho boss, Joe Bell, just poked his head in the
Good
studio.
morning.
Hey,
Good
Joe,
morning.
is this okay?
Yeah, sorry about
Yeah, can we do this?
My new title is Zookeeper.
Zookeeper. Yep. All right. Well, wonderful, guys. Thank you so much. This has been so excellent. And you can hire Dan and Jess to come by for your party, whether it's a kid's party like today or not, whatever it may be.
Do you like your kids?
I'm sure that even...
Also, Preston, not to cut you off, but I will say we probably do more adult parties than we actually do kid parties.
no kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
You do it like senior centers and things like
So
that?
yeah, we do a little bit of everything. Senior centers, schools, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Fluffy En Route Mobile Petting Zoo, and you can find those guys on Facebook. Thank you so much, Dan and Jess, for being here. Let's hear it for them, guys.